going to start our pizza dough with this bowl, big old bowl. 300 grams of all-purpose flour, 300 grams of room temperature water, 8 grams of sugar, 30 grams of olive oil, 8 grams of kosher salt, 3 grams of active dry yeast. Heat the water up to about 100 degrees. Okay, now you add the yeast and the sugar. And give it a little stir. While the yeast is proofed, let's prepare the flour. And to the flour, add your kosher salt. And give it a nice mix. Now in the big bowl, add your yeast and water. Yeah, well, gonna have a little leftovers. And then add your olive oil. Yeah, and then give it a nice little mix. Start adding flour, a little bit at a time. Give it a good mix. Alright, now I'm going to dump the rest of the flour in here. And I'm going to start mixing it with this here spoon. And it's not at all what it's supposed to look like. Sometimes this will happen to you because all flours aren't alike. So we're going to add some more flour to this. So here's a ladle of flour. So I'm going to add a little bit of this, about like that much. And we're going to start mixing that in. See, what we want is a dough ball. And this is not turning to a dough ball yet. Okay, now I'm going to change mixing devices. I'm going to stop using this and start using this. Alright, so just get a little bit of this oil. And you pour it in the bottom of this bowl. Give it a little swirl. There we go. You cover that dough ball with oil and put some cling wrap on it and let it ferment. Alright, the dough has risen. Okay. And now we're going to fold it like this. Keep on doing this. Okay, the dough is still a little sticky, so put a little bit, just a little bit more. Pat it down, that, and just start folding again. Folding, 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 and just do that. Now it's becoming a dough ball. Yeah, I'm going to hand knead that dough a little bit, so I got to sprinkle a little bit of flour on my work surface. Spread it around. Then I'm going to get my dough. Just plop it over there like that. And now we're going to knead it. And now we just pull it over, pull it over. Alright, we gave it a nice knead. Put a little bit more oil on the bottom of this pan. Now we can It's all coated. We're going to put the plastic over it again, and we're going to let it rise. I'm going to plop this out on a table, sprinkle it with flour, and press it out like that. There we go. See this nice thing on the table here? Gives you a good idea of pizza size. So anyway, I spread it out like this. Forgot to film it, but here we go. I threw this whole piece of dough on this pizza board covered with parchment paper. Now I'm just going to shape it to about the shape of the pan. It goes. Whoop. The temperature of the oven. We want to preheat the oven to 500 degrees or hotter. Even 550 is even better, because pizza likes a hot oven. Yeah, I can see the crust. See, I'm gonna have a nice crust over here at the edges. So anyway, I just turned on the grill. Gonna let that sit. Pizza stone. This is the bonus. I'm gonna show you how I make my pizza pie. So I'm going to start off with, oh, for crying out loud, would you believe it? Good old ragu. So I'm going to just pour a little bit of that stuff out and swirl it around. What I'm doing here is I'm pressing down as I'm spreading this sauce around. See? Spreading, compressing the dough pretty much underneath it. I want a nice crispy dough underneath. The next ingredient is this, Italian herbs. Now I can tell you, it smells like it's 90% oregano. So we sprinkle a little bit of that on. Now this ingredient is optional. It's anchovies. So we really like anchovies around here. So you sprinkle that over anchovies can, just get a little bit of that, sprinkle around the edge like that. Yeah, that's it. Use that oil. That oil is going to be nice. Next, it's our mozzarella cheese. So we generously sprinkle that all over. Next, we're going to add some tomatoes. Now I slice these really thin, because I like them thin. So we place them about like that. Now my wife likes putting lots of stuff on pizza. It makes it soggy though. So I don't suggest, unless you like, I'm not going to put so much on. So the next ingredients are peppers. I don't know if you can see it so well. They're peppers. My wife has fried them up. But we're just going to use these sparingly. We put together this garlic, salt, and pepper concoction. So just get a little bit of that. Just sprinkle it on there a little bit. Not too much. Next, just sprinkle a little bit more of the cheese on the pizza. Now I'm going to put the anchovies on the pizza. Oh, look at these beautiful anchovies. Now, my wife fell in love with anchovies after I turned her on to them. Now, I use the rest of this cheese like so. You just got it out of the grill. I should have maybe let it sit there a little bit. It's not as crunchy as we usually like it, but let's take it. Here's a slice. Let's see how it comes off. It's not that firm because we have so much stuff on it, and that's the reason why it's not firm. If you want a flat pizza with that stiff, you got to use just a little bit of everything what I just showed you. But if you like a soupy pizza like we do, then you give up the, I guess, what is it, the stiffness of the pizza where you could fold it and eat it. So what do you think, baby?
It looks delicious.
Well,
it looks delicious. I can't wait to bite it.
We're not going to record her reaction to that because I'm afraid. Anyway, thanks for watching.